fragrance here, my friends, Devotion pour Homme by Dolce and Gabbana. Don't ask me how, but I've managed to acquire it. Okay, I've had it for a little while. And you're going to say, Leggy, that sounds really dodgy. It hasn't actually launched properly here in the UK. All right, I can't answer too many questions, but I was just sat there one day and it landed right in my lap. All right, okay. I can't answer too many questions, but let me tell you, my friends, I do have friends in low places. And this fragrance, my friends, I'm going to say the first couple of times I wore Devotion pour Homme, I was kind of a little bit underwhelmed. Right, now I've worn it quite a lot. I'm going to say that it doesn't totally blow me away. It's not the most mind-bendingly amazing fragrance, but I do understand it. And if you've got around about 10 minutes, my friends, I'm going to try and tell you all about it. First of all, though, come here. Let me give you a massively warm welcome. Trust me, this channel's not monetized, I'm not sponsored, I'm just a regular random guy. It's just that I do have an absolutely enormous fragrance collection, and I don't have a massive technical knowledge about fragrances, and I hope you'll forgive me for that, but what you will feel is a passion. And I'd like to pass that passion on to you, my friends, because I would love you. I need you. I require you to wear a good fragrance every single day, because trust me, and this is a leggy guarantee, you, my friends, will have so much better a day with a good fragrance on. Now, here we go. That's what it looks like. You're going to say, Leggy, you've already showed it to us. That's what it looks like. This is just the 50ml, so it didn't hurt that much when it landed on my lap. And I believe that the 100ml is going to cost around about 115 eye-wateringly British pounds. It is a perfume concentration. I've actually got the box here. I can't believe I've actually kept the box. I don't know why I put it over there. I've actually kept the box. Okay, it will be going in the recycle very soon. I'm not interested in the packaging, the barcode, but what I will tell you, my friends, is that it all feels good, okay? It feels good quality. Let me spray it for you, and let me try and talk you through what this fragrance is all about. One spray that way, one spray the other way. Now, this, my friends, is a lavender-based fragrance, and everyone's going to go, wait a minute, Leggy, whoa, that's nothing new. Okay, I'm going to be up front from the start and say that this, although it's a new fragrance, it doesn't sort of open a new chapter. It isn't a whole new sort of line of fragrances that you've never smelled anything like it before. Okay, now, yeah, the big player in this one is lavender, and if you are familiar with Born in Roma Extra Dose, that's kind of where this fragrance goes. Now, let me tell you, lavender in a fragrance can come across as one of a few things. Lavender can either be kind of earthy, it can be sweet, or real lavender sort of right cranked right up can come across as metallic-y. Now, the lavender in this is just a nice, smooth, easy-going lavender. Okay. And underpinning the lavender is a very sort of syrupy, sweet, sort of ambery, woody sort of note. Okay. And you're going to say, Leggy, that kind of sounds nothing new. That's what I'm telling you. This is nothing particularly groundbreaking. But what I will say, and you see, when I first wore it, I was like completely underwhelmed. I was expecting something totally new and amazing. I understand it now. This fragrance, my friends, is a very polite, a very well behaved, a very sort of crowd pleasingly nice fragrance. Okay, it does not put a foot out of place. Trust me, my friends, I think it's overpriced for what it is, but let me tell you, it does smell incredible quality. You know that this is a blend which has been sort of worked hard on. There's no gaps between the notes, as it were. So lavender, a core of lavender, and then the sort of syrupy, I was going to say lavender. No way. The syrupy sort of ambery note underneath. Now the thing that gives it the difference is somewhere in the middle of this one, and it's just starting to come through. It's a coffee note. All right, now, you know the way sort of fragrance notes are fashionable at the moment. All the manufacturers are putting coffee in to sort of make something a little bit different, and it ends up being like, you know, we've seen it before. Okay, the coffee, now here's the thing with coffee, it can be really, really rich, or it can be sharp and sort of tangy. Now I'll be honest with you, the coffee in this is kind of sharp and tangy. So what it does is the lavender, which is nice and smooth and sort of sweetish, has this coffee underneath it, and the coffee gives it that difference. Okay, the coffee is what makes this stand out, because we've all sort of had ambery sort of fragrances, and we've all sort of had lavender sort of fragrances, but put the coffee in this one and suddenly it gets a character. Now I'm not going to say it has a character something like Baccarat Rouge 540 or Invictus. You know, those fragrances have a character which is sort of just in your face. This one, I say, is very conservative, very respectful, very crowd pleasing, and very, very, very nice. And when I first had it, I said I was a little bit underwhelmed, but now, I mean, this is only the 50ml, I've started to hammer it because I've suddenly realised that I'm reaching for it a lot, because it will just do any occasion and any setting. It does have a maturity, and the maturity comes from the fact that it's such an amazingly quality good blend. Okay, what about the performance? Now, it is a perfume, and it kind of performs on my skin like a perfume, so it sits kind of quite close. I'm not going to say there isn't a projection, there is a very mild projection, and that happens across the space of maybe 2 hours, just a very mild projection. Get it on clothes, it's there for a couple of days. Skin, it's there right into the evening, okay? But realistically, this on my skin, I say, sits really quite close, okay? After the 2 hours of a mild projection, it just every now and then it sort of radiates off you, but essentially it's really quite a close kind of fragrance. Do not expect a room filler, do not expect something where you choke people and people can't make phone calls because it's blocking the signals. It's not that kind of fragrance. Very conservative, very reserved, very polite, very smooth. It has a creaminess to it, and it smells very, very expensive. So please, my friends, do not expect something ultimately groundbreaking, but do expect something where you keep reaching for it, because it is just so amazingly nice. Okay, now I hope I've given you enough information on that one. Quite a simple fragrance, but it kind of works because it's seamlessly blended. Okay, now I really appreciate you coming to this channel. Please, please, please consider a thumbs up. In fact, don't just consider it, do it right now. Click on the thumbs up and it goes something like that and changes colour. You know what, thumbs up are great because it makes me happy, and you're going to feel good about making me feel happy. Please, please, please consider coming back for the next review, because hopefully there will be another one. But most of all, my friends, most of all, and this is why I'm here, okay? I need to inspire you to wear a good fragrance every day. And what you do, it's simple. Get a good fragrance, whichever one you choose. This is an example, because this is an amazingly good fragrance. You take the top off, my friends, and it reveals a sprayer, okay? Place your finger on there and spray. The moment you smell it, you cannot help but smile. And you know what, my friends, if you do that before you leave your front door, you will have so much better a day slipping in your bag, because you'll have to top this one up at lunchtime to keep those gorgeous vibes coming off you. Trust me, my friends, you will have a better day with a good fragrance. I'm going to love you and leave you now. In fact, I'm right hovering over the stop button. So see you next time, and goodbye. Where are we? I got it.